Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday again.
Oh, was that just a dry run? Damn.
That was a test run. So we
You
started
had one
the show.
job. Click the go live button.
I screwed it up. Guys, I am so sorry. We've been sitting here talking for like 5 minutes and we're like, wait, what do you mean there's no videos? Oh, gosh. It's one of those days. So, wow. Okay, that was a weird, messed up thing. So, Cyril, how you doing? Let's start this all over again, buddy.
I'm doing all right. Coming off the tail end of being sick. I was sick Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So I got some sinus stuff going on right now. So I apologize in advance if I sound weird or if I'm going.
Fair enough. Okay. And so, of course, since nobody missed the earlier intro, we got to do this all again. I'm sorry. So,
Again?
First of all, yes, again. We talked about this last week, but I found out late last night that there was a very special event. So we are going to celebrate, say, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Cyril. Happy birthday to you. Okay, got a blow. Well done. Happy birthday, Cyril.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And yes, it's an happy birthday. And we found out late last night that somehow we got our days mixed up. And so I found out like at 11:55, it was his birthday last night. So I still got to wish him happy birthday. But technically it was yesterday. So my bad there.
It's all good.
A lot of people saying happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Good to see you, Chrome. Welcome, BTK. Always good to have you, brother. Rose, love you, my dear. Yes, birthday edition. That's right. We talked about this last weekend. Birthday edition. Yeah, we are restarting. So don't ask me. I had one job. I screwed it up. I take total responsibility. BTK, good to see you, brother.
So you're fired.
I know. Huh?
You're fired.
I'm totally fired. All right. Get somebody with some hair. Maybe they'll have some brains with that.
It'll be a write-up on your permanent record.
Exactly. Okay, perfect. I'm good with that.
It's also Chrome's mom's birthday. Happy birthday, Chrome's mom.
Ooh, happy birthday, Mom. And
What'd she turn, 32?
She's like 29 and a half, man. She's young.
Oh, okay. Well, not a half if it's her birthday.
Okay, 3/4? We got
Maybe she was born on a leap year?
Could be. Hey, funny part is I got married on a leap year just so I could only have to remember our anniversary once every 4 years. Less likely to
that's
screw
so
it up.
smart. You know how much money I'd save?
Right, see? Man, I was thinking, brother.
Yeah, I wasn't planning ahead like that. For some reason, we decided to get married like 5 days before my birthday. I figure at least that way I won't forget it.
Right. Put it close to something you might remember, maybe. Good safety
Half the
tip.
time, I don't even remember my birthday. So, my Rose is always having to tell me how old I am.
Yeah, I had the same thing here. Yeah. I'm like, wait, it's my birthday? Nobody told me. Where's the memo? Come on. What the hell, guys?
Leave it to the wives to always remember how old we're getting, right?
Yeah, they're really good at that. And how many times we screwed up. And yeah, I almost got buried earlier today or yesterday. Me and the wife were going back and forth. It's like, yep, I'm taking Mom out to the desert. I'm going to bury her with a shovel. It's like, go ahead and try. Kids are laughing. They're like, I'm going to get my camera. I'm going to record this. This is going to be great. So yeah, just having fun. Did find out it's also my niece's birthday today. So happy birthday, Brittany, if you happen to be watching this. Love you, dear. We miss you. Hope you're having fun down in Oklahoma. Okay, let's catch up on the comments here, and then we'll jump back to where we were like 10 minutes ago. Rooster, you can't hear or see?
He already got it taken care of.
Okay, that was before that. Okay, good. Yep. Yeah, I totally screwed that. That's my bad. Happy birthday, Britt. Thanks, Rose. Appreciate it, dear. There we go. Bobtail says 34 again. What's up? Good to have you with us, Bobtail. Hey, Rooster. Okay, so back to where we're now. Several, of course, I was thinking today that people are coming in here, especially new investors, and they're watching and they're thinking, okay, I need to grow my bag, I need to start building things like that. But it's not doing anything. They see week after week, our price isn't, or our profits aren't going up. They're not really going down. They're kind of stagnant. So that can give that real feeling of why in the hell am I even doing this? So what would you say to somebody like that?
Yeah, so we're doing it to accumulate more crypto, right? To grow our position. Yeah, it's not really going up or down in value much, but it's we're accumulating more. That way, we're growing our position, and so when the markets do turn, we'll profit more than if we just grabbed some and said, it's not really going anywhere, so I'm going to stop putting money in, yada, yada, yada. And then you don't wind up with a whole lot when the bull run comes around. Yay, your $25 became, $70.
Right. Okay.
But, and the regular stock markets are the same way. There's going to be years where they're up. There's going to be years where it's down. There's going to be periods of time in between there where it's just sideways. Nothing ever goes just up or just down. And take advantage of the stagnant phases, because that's the best time to just DCA.
Okay. And so like John's saying here, we're in the accumulation phase. I agree totally, John. But that's one of those things where a brand new investor, they're like, why am I doing this? I'm not really doing anything. But believe it or not, you really are.
Yeah.
Cyril, just like you said, man, that $25, 6 months from now, it's only going to go up to like $70. But we've been putting that $25 in every week. So now we've got that $400 that's going to go up to several thousand, hopefully. That's our goal.
That's the goal.
All right. Okay. And so, man, I'm so confused because we had the pre-conversation, now the real conversation. I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, we're all caught back up to where we were.
Okay, cool. So we got some news that's been coming down the pipe this last week. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is what in the hell happened with Bitcoin? Man, a couple days ago, it just went through the roof and then it came crashing down. What was that all about, brother?
Yeah, so there was a crypto news website called Coin Telegraph. Almost did a little spoonerism there, Coin Telegraph. But they posted an article that said that one of the companies that applied for a Bitcoin spot ETF was approved. And so what we saw was everybody real quick trying to front run that. They were trying to buy the news instead of buying the rumor and selling the news, right? They were trying to buy the news. And so imagine the people who bought up around like 30, 31K at that peak there, and then it flash crashed back down, it dropped like $4,000, something like that.
Hey.
Very, very quickly when people realized that we can't find any verification of this article. And so Cointelegraph had to retract it. But at that point, a lot of those news aggregate sites started picking up their article and posting it. And then they had to retract it. And it was this whole big mess. But that just goes to show you how much money, how many people are waiting on the sidelines for some iota of positive news to flood into the markets. And so as we start seeing, I know JP Morgan is betting pretty strongly that BlackRock's spot ETF is going to be approved within the next few months. And when that happens, we're going to see BlackRock's ETF approved, this ETF approved, that one, and so on. And all of those people are going to be piling in, trying to front run that. And it's going to, I think, trigger the mini pump leading up to the halving. We've discussed that before. We see the price creep up, then the halving happens, it creeps up a little bit more, and then drops off, right? Before finally going into the bull run about 6 to 8 months later. So it may kick that off.
Okay. And so this kind of goes hand in hand with that stagnant deal is we're collecting it now. We're buying those blue chips. We're building our portfolio. So we're not waiting for the news. I mean, we know it's going to happen in time. But what we're doing is building a bigger and bigger bag. So when it does do that, we're not taking this little chunk and skyrocketing. We're taking this nice sized bag and going through the roof with it. So
if you wait for the news to buy, you're going to be buying late.
Good advice. And that's one of our rules of solvency.
That's why we buy when the streets run red, even if the blood is your own, instead of waiting till everything's green. I mean, because when stuff has been printing green or you see a sudden spike, that is never the time to buy. It doesn't matter if it's a very rapid spike and you're like, oh shit, this is going to keep going up, right? It doesn't matter. Don't buy if it's pumping.
Gotcha. Okay. Good advice. Absolutely. And that's even in a bull market, right? I mean, even if everything's just going up, it's still not a good idea to buy a chunk expecting it to skyrocket.
Right. And you got to remember, like, that's why we have our strategies that we have, where if it goes up 2x, we're selling 25% of our holdings on that token. right? During the bull run, it's going to hit those. It's going to hit the next target, the next target, the next target. But that's when we're selling, not when we're buying, right? And at that point, we take the profits, we look for something else that maybe just had a pullback or might present a good opportunity, something getting ready to launch, yada, yada, and we'll invest our profits into some blue chips and into that next one. But don't sit there adding to your position when it's going up.
Right. Because eventually somebody's going to sell a big chunk and it's going to drop below where you bought it.
Yep, and then you're going to wind up being one of those people who bought Bitcoin at 60,000, and you're like, oh my God.
Yep, and then it goes plummeting down to 15. You're like, oh God, what did I do? But remember, until you actually sell it, you haven't really lost. There's no realized losses. We talked about that last week. So if you don't understand the difference there, definitely go back and check out last week's show, guys, because that was one of our big topics of conversation is when do you really, really lose? It's not if the price drops, it's only if you sell it.
Exactly.
Okay. So the next thing we'll talk about is, it's interesting you brought that up because I just saw a news article released today, in fact, that SEC has dismissed all charges against Garlinghouse and Larson, the founders of RippleNet. Completely dismissed them. Come on.
Well, if you remember back when we were first talking about everything the SEC was doing, what did I say? Do you remember?
Stick it against the wall, baby.
Before that, do you remember what I said?
No. What'd you say?
I can't remember if it was on Rags to Riches or if it was on one of your Freaky Friday shows or an AMA that we were doing. But okay. I said, what better way to really dig into the nitty gritty, the financials, everything a company is doing, than to sue them. Subpoena all the information, get what you need, whether it's because you're considering them as a payment processor, like their network, or if you're looking to see how they're operating their tech so that you can work on it for your CBDC, take them to court,
and you get all their files and you can do whatever you want to do with them. It's like, hey, this is what we want to copy. Okay, so subpoena it. I like it.
Yep.
I love our government. Not really. That was sarcastic.
Give me 1 second.
Yep. Okay, so yes, Mom does ask me every week, ask you every week, are we making money? I always tell her the same thing. We're building it back. And that's one of the biggest things I want to point out here, guys, is we are not looking at making huge returns the next 30, 60, even 90 or 180 days. We're looking at building our depth. Remember we talked about that in the last stream, was liquidity depth. Kind of doing the same thing with our portfolio. We're building a depth of it. So it's not going to spike up. But what we do have is a much deeper, much larger bag that when it does climb, we're taking a whole lot more with us.
Yep. Would you rather have one token, like one single token, that you paid $20 for, and then sell that one token when it hits, $80? Or would you rather have 30 tokens that you paid $25 for each, that you then sell at $80?
Started doing the math on this, like, oh, okay, I had to think about that for a second. I'll take the quantity, thank you.
Right. I paid a little bit more for them because you were DCAing, right? But you didn't just plop down a buy and off you go.
Right. I eliminated that risk of the price crashing and going up to $30 and then $5. Like, oh, God. So, wow, that's good, wise advice. So, now the next thing we talked about is I just noticed that a bunch of trading pairs, we talked about this previously, for BUSD trading pairs are being eliminated.
Yeah.
Now,
Binance has been talking about doing that for a while now, pulling off a lot of the BUSD pairs. At Binance US, I don't know if this is still the case, but I saw over the weekend while I was up in the Poconos Bros, saw that Binance US suspended USD withdrawals.
Okay, just totally froze them.
Yeah.
Can you still exchange BUSD to something else?
Yeah, and no, I'm saying they froze USD withdrawals.
Oh,
yeah.
Wait a minute. So you can't get your own money out? Damn, that's bad.
Not directly through Binance US. if you're on an exchange and they freeze fiat withdrawals, convert whatever you have on there, even if you have fiat cash sitting in there, convert it to a crypto, send that crypto off the exchange, right? Because you can always cash out other methods, other directions. If your funds are stuck because they won't let you withdraw, convert it to a crypto, send it to a MetaMask, send it to another exchange, sell it, withdraw it there, right? That's how you get around that.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I thought you were saying they froze BUSD.
Yeah.
I missed the whack of the B. Oh, yeah, that would be a huge thing, and that's one of the big things that we always tell you guys: not your keys, not your crypto, so they can lock you up. Be careful on central exchanges.
Yep.
Now, one thing on that is, if you're just starting out, we talked about this in the last show again, is if you are just starting with like $10, $15 a week and you're trying to do it and build blue chips, a central exchange is a great place to start. Once you get familiar, get it off a central exchange, get control of it, because you never want to know what's going to go down.
No.
Okay. So, wow, I still feel flustered, so I'm sorry about that. What else was, okay, so now that so we did the ETF, we talked about the BUSD, we talked about the case for Garling House. Now, I will also watch an interview after the Garling House. An interviewer actually talked to Gary Gensler. Those who don't know, he's the head of the SEC Commission, chairman, or I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Enemy number one to the crypto world, basically. But she's straight out asked him, said, okay, you've got like 10 ETFs waiting for approval. The filings are already in. Are they going to release one at a time, or is the first one out of the gate going to make all the millions on it, or are they going to release in a mass chunk? And of course, Gary did his normal answer of talking in circles, where he doesn't answer a damn thing.
No,
really irritating. Right? Yeah, it's insane. But I'm really kind of curious on your position there, Cyril. Do you think there's going to be a certain ETF, like maybe BlackRock or one of the bigger players, that's going to get kind of front run everybody else and take pie, or is it going to be more of a group release?
I don't think they would release it in a group chunk. I don't. The SEC, I think they're going to go in order of whoever is greasing the wheels the most. Or, ideally in order of filing date, right? Because that would at least be fair. Right. But, you're going to have some filings that had all their ducks in a row, and the SEC doesn't have to go back to them to ask for more info. You're going to have other people, who maybe don't have everything in a row. And so they may have filed first, but it comes out later. I don't think it's going to be in a batch.
Okay. So you think it's going to be in some sort of order?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. And that's what I was kind of curious about, because it's like, maybe this is a great time to invest in BlackRock or one of those. Knowing these are going to come out, is there ones that you would recommend above another if that's something you're interested in?
Yeah. I mean, it's always good to kind of follow the big money, right? So...
Because they're the one greasing the wheels, right? I mean, they're the ones lining the pockets to make sure that their filing gets ahead of everybody else, we'll say.
Yep.
Not that that's happening, but it could be. So Wild Angelo asked, what is an ETF? Now, I know we talked about this a few weeks ago, but in case somebody missed that and doesn't understand, Cyril, you want to give us a quick rundown on what an ETF is?
Yeah, it's an exchange-traded fund, right? And it's essentially a basket, right? You're investing money into the things that they are trading. Okay.
So I hope that helps. And yes, just like BTK said, is an acronym for Exchange Traded Fund. If you don't understand what that is, that's a great time to do a little bit of research, guys, because here we're going to give you the information how to strategically invest, the do's and don'ts. We're going to help guide you and everything else. But at the same time, we want you to do a little bit of your own work. So go out and Google it. Say, hey, what is an ETF and how does it relate to crypto? I think that's something that we all need to understand just to see what is on the horizon of how huge the crypto world is going to expand.
Yeah, because the crypto world, especially as it faces more adoption, it's going to wind up following a lot of the rules of centralized money, right? So a lot of their terms, a lot of their rules, you're going to want to be familiar with.
Right. Absolutely. And now I've seen a lot of onboarding and offboarding platforms starting to launch. You've got the PayPals, they've got their PYUSD, I think is what it's called, their own stable. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of letters. But we're seeing more and more on-ramps and off-ramps in the crypto world. I mean, you look 2 years ago, you couldn't get a bank to sell crypto. Now every bank sells crypto. And it's just getting more and more. And so for people who were behind that wall thinking that this is never going to be a thing, it's just a fad, it's just something going, what would you say to that kind of person?
I'd say that there was, I can't remember what year it was, but it was sometime in the 1800s. And the gentleman who headed up the patent office for the England, because they were still England back then, I think. Yeah. That office, he resigned his position because, and I quote, "Everything worthwhile to discover has been discovered." So, I think it's short-sighted. There's a lot of interest from big institutions. A lot of big money now is in DeFi. Crypto specifically, not necessarily DeFi. Big money's in crypto. A lot of times we like to think of them as being synonymous, but they are definitely not. So a lot of big money's in crypto now. And as a result, they want to see a return on their investment. They're going to make sure it happens.
I would agree. And, that's one great thing about age, like we talked about earlier on the birthday. I can look back and I remember kind of got into the tail end of the .coms. And people talked about, well, the internet, that's just crazy. It's a fact. It's never going anywhere. Now we can't live without it. I remember when cell phones first came out in the 80s. I was like, oh my God, we're carrying a suitcase to talk on the phone with. It's stupid. Why would you do that? There's payphone everywhere. When's the last time you saw a payphone anywhere? Literally, I haven't. I've looked and I cannot find a damn payphone in my city. So please understand, the world is going to evolve. Technology is going to evolve. And we can either be behind it going, damn, I wish I would have known about Google or Yahoo or any of those, Amazon. Wish I would have known in the beginning and invested. Well, that's what we're trying to tell you here, guys, is we may not always get it right. There may be a lot of projects that may not make it in 10 years from now. Ones that do, and the ones that we're holding on to, man, they're going to be huge. So jump on, because this is going to be a wild ride.
Absolutely.
So I miss Walding says, banks may sell crypto, but you can't have an account that has crypto as its main source of revenue. Yeah, we did have to go through a credit union. And that was really interesting. Cyril says, actually, Walding, apparently Finance Inc. has a bank account with Bank of America. Okay, that's one I didn't try. Okay, learn something new every day here. So, yes, that sounds like Bank of America was the way to go. And all we had to do was ask the man Cyril right here. And that's why, Cyril, again, I want to thank you for always taking your time to be here every week. Because, man, you are connected. You know what's going down. So thank you, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. So what you're going to want to do with Down Home Crypto, if you do decide you want to open a bank account with a regular bank, credit unions are great too. But you have your LLC paperwork, right? You go in, they ask, what do you sell? Digital products and services.
Okay, good to know.
There's your bank account.
I like it. Okay, thank you. John says, well, I'd keep tabs on a bank called Custodia Bank. Interesting. Okay. It says, thanks, Cyril and John. Okay, and so we have hit that time. We fast-tracked. It's amazing how that's happened. So as you guys know, every week we have a drawing for the voters. Now, keep in mind, guys, Rags to Riches is all about you guys deciding what we're investing in, because we go with your vote. So make sure to join the Down Home Crypto Discord. And there we go. There's the link right there. So jump in there and cast your votes. And as always, the polls start Thursday mornings. They've been running for 6-7 hours now already. So if you're not part of the community, hop in there, cast your votes. And you don't have to be a subscriber or anything like that. This is open to everyone and anything. All I ask is if you do jump in and cast a vote, go down to the channel just below it, following discuss your vote. Let us know about it. If it's a new project we don't know about, man, share your link, share the information. Let us know, because it might be something really exciting that we're not aware of.
Awesome. Please do.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
I love that part.
So the voters this week. Okay, so let's add to our stage here. We got a pretty good list of voters. And we've got ZZ in there. It's a new name on the list from Bitfighters. Thank you, brother. And there's a couple. We got DT Mike D. Now, Mike, I've got some history with, and I'm going to have some stuff coming up in the future with him. Might even have him on tomorrow night's show. Have to tune into that for Freaky Friday. Okay, and as always, guys, the last one on the list is Serenity plus 10. Because as you know, if I'm in the last one standing from the dance off and I win, I add $10 to the pot and we go again. So, and we keep doing that. So you guys are praying for me to win. I'm praying I die fast.
I think it was John Richter who won after you got taken out that one time. And so he got like 20. Or no, it was Rooster.
Yes. Yep, it was.
All right. Make sure you got the sound shared.
I hope I do. Let me do this. Yeah, I just did. Okay. It says it's shared.
Turn down the background music.
Okay. You're so demanding today. Somebody's got
to be. Somebody forgot to even hit the go live button. So, like,
I'm never living that down. Ever.
No, you're not. I got to make sure now. I got to double check that you've, not dotted your T's and crossed your I's.
Right. I did that. I forgot the period at the end. Punctuation, man, always gets me. Okay, and in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, dance away, baby.
All right, let's see who's the first out.
There they go. Now they're dancing. They were just kind of standing there. Oh, damn, that was brutal.
Took out 4. Holy shit.
Yeah. I'm still alive, though. Wait, that's bad. I'm supposed to be dead. Oh, now they're dancing. Now look at them go, huh? You better.
Oh, there goes DT Mike.
Oh, there's DT Mike. Okay.
Yep. There goes Sam War. There goes Cheetos.
They're dropping like flies. Funny Toro. I'm sorry, Funny. Oh, and I'm toast. Yay. Oh.
Oh.
Down to 2. BTK and ZZ. Who's it going to be?
I think ZZ's about to die.
Ooh, man. Oh, and he calls it. Well done, BTK.
Manifesting.
Well done. Man, BTK, you dodged 3 blades at once. That was wild. 2 one way, one another. It's like, oh my God. Yeah, your little dude had a stroke. So congrats, BTK. As always, guys, you must DM me before the end of this stream. So shoot me a DM, BTK, with your wallet address. And I know it's you, so we're friends, so we're okay. And I will get that over to you.
Your wallet address and your seed phrase.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, send your seed phrase. It's okay.
No, and for those listening who may not be familiar with it, if anyone ever asks you for your seed phrase, do not give it to them. It doesn't matter if they're from MetaMask or from the exchange, or doesn't matter if they're from the project that you're in. Never send your seed phrase. That's the same thing as giving someone your social security number, your driver's license, and your address and date of birth.
And your fingerprints. Yeah, it's the keys to the kingdom, guys. And we talk about security all the time. And just last week, another Serenity came out and tried scamming in the Down Home Crypto Discord, saying, "Hey, I'm Serenity. Go sign up for this 50x project or some stupid shit." And it's crazy, absolutely crazy. So scammers are running rampant out there, guys. Be safe, please.
And something that is worth doing every year, minimum or max, if you have a wallet and you got your seed phrase, make a new one with a new seed phrase, not just a new wallet in MetaMask, right? Because that's just going to make another one under the same seed phrase. Create a whole new seed phrase. Move all your stuff over.
Really? Okay.
So if your wallet address was made before 2021, there is actually this group out there that is running an algorithm brute force guessing seed phrases. And they've been successful with quite a few wallets. Those of you might be familiar, earlier in the year, there was stuff going around on Twitter, X, about people who literally wallets that never moved anything, never touched anything, never connected to DeFi, only had like Ethereum holdings. Everything was just transferred out. that's been happening. So especially if you're like, if you made your wallet post 2021, so during that year, you should be fine. But if it was made before that, move it over to another seed phrase. And it's a good general practice to have, where every year, burn whatever seed phrase you got, make a whole new one, be safe with it. Obviously, different for cold storage. But again, a little reminder, if you're putting tokens on your cold storage, don't go connecting your cold storage to some dApp so you can stake them. All right? The only thing that you are allowed to use your cold storage for is to send tokens to and from your hot wallet. Okay? That's it. Don't go connecting it to anything. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. And that's great advice. Now, let me ask you on that, Cyril. So like your ledgers, your cold storage, things like that, do any of those have vulnerabilities we have to be worried about?
So that's still kind of up in the air. I know there was one case where someone who had his funds on a ledger, but it was created before 2021, his funds were gone too. That was one instance out of all of the other ones, so I don't know how much you need to worry about that. And it's a little different because, of course, a ledger, you got to buy it, right? Right. So it might not be free, like making a new seed phrase. And an easy way to make a new wallet while still having your other one logged into the MetaMask, sign up another user profile for Google Chrome, open that one up in a different browser. It's not going to have the MetaMask extension installed. Install it. Then you now have a new wallet. Don't import it, create a new one, and you can easily tab back and forth between the two.
Absolutely. Great advice. And I actually did a video about that a while ago on YouTube here. And it's all about putting a MetaMask behind a MetaMask. So essentially what you're doing, creating a wallet that it never accesses a dApp or connected to anything else, but it sends funds from the behind the jail cell MetaMask up to the frontline one. And he's the one vulnerable. He's the one who stakes and does the stupid things. He takes and transfers all his profits back to the safe one. So the only thing this and whatever connects to is the other MetaMask. Nothing else ever.
Yeah. If you're going to do that, though, don't use the same device.
Good safety tip.
Right. Because if you get like a virus, there are viruses out there, there are exploits out there that will grab it, because MetaMask stores your keys encrypted on your device locally in your Google Chrome. Right. So that's why a lot of people started losing their crypto when Google Chrome had an exploit and Google released a new update for it. Right. And you saw the different crypto groups. This was last year. They would post out an announcement saying, hey, make sure you update to the most recent version of Google Chrome now. That's why it stores your keys right there in the Google Chrome folder. It's encrypted, yes, but guess what? MetaMask's decryptor for the encryption is publicly accessible.
Oh, really?
So as long as they have that file, that encrypted one, they just plug it into the decryptor and they'll have your seed phrase. So, that's why if you're going to have a safe device that only sends to and from, have it on one like an old cell phone or something, or an old tablet that's only connected to the Wi-Fi when you're using it for that, right? And then you disconnect it.
There you go. The cheap way to get around it. That way you don't have to spend a couple of $100 on a Tesner T or any of those devices. You can get away with it pretty inexpensively. We all have old cell phones lying around. So great safety tip there. And now, of course, if you don't want to do any of that, BTK says just send him your seed phrase. Don't worry about it. He'll take care of it. Oh, no, it's John Rector said that. Sorry. Yeah, just send it to him. He'll take care of it. And BTK says giving your seed phrase, somebody's like giving them full access to your bank account. Exactly. Bank account, firstborn, your wife. I mean, it's devastating, guys, especially with us smaller investors. We're putting $25 a week. We've been doing this for months. Imagine when you wake up one day and that wallet is empty. Granted, it's not going up or down. It's just gone. And that's like getting sucker punched in the stomach. It hurts.
Yep.
I've seen it happen.
Yeah, I had someone DM me today. They're a smaller time investor, and they wound up losing half of what they had. They withdrew some LP that they were providing off a balancer to their wallet, and like literally seconds later, it was transferred out. and that was half of what they had built up in the space so far.
Right,
and that's devastating.
It is. And, a lot of people think about, well, if it's less than $10,000, not a big deal. Maybe if you're making, $100,000 a month, that might be the case. But then you take the small investors, like we're doing here on Rags to Riches, we're taking just this little piece, price of 2 pizzas, lunch for 2 for a day. That's what we're investing. So losing even $100, that's huge to us. So I think it's really about perception. I don't think there's any small amount lost that's not really felt.
Yep. Exactly.
So, hi, Funny. Good to see you, buddy. So speaking of that profits, loss, and all the crazy things going on here today, let's find out what people voted for, shall we?
Yes, let's take a look.
Okay, so let's go ahead and share that screen. There it is, that window there. And this week's voting polls are... There we go. That's what I wanted.
Voting poll for ants.
I know that's not... I was zooming in, man. I'm like, it's a widow. Okay, so for blue chip, looks like BTC squeaked out just above Matic.
Nice.
Good choice on that.
We haven't added to our BTC position in a while.
We haven't, and I think that's one that's... Sorry, go ahead.
It does stand to be the one that pops off the most first once all those ETFs start coming out. So.
Right. It's going to lead the charge. And the great thing is that news hit 2 days ago. So it already spiked and plummeted. So, man, we're getting a discount. I love it. Okay, and on the other one, let's see, what do we got there? We've got a tie.
A tie?
Although we do, except for I'm not sure Solana counts as a DeFi, does it?
No, that's considered blue chip. See, it's over there in the blue chip, item number 6.
Yeah, unless there's a DeFi project that uses SOL, and I don't know what that is. If there is, somebody let me know in the chat, please. Because Solana is not a DeFi, guys. That is a blue chip. Real quick, let's define that. So when you're voting for a blue chip, please understand that is any native token to that blockchain. So that's your Solana, your BTC, your MetaMask, AVAX, things like that. But of course, paper's not going to be a blue chip. I don't care how big or small paper gets, it's never going to be the native token. So your blue chips are your native tokens, and your DeFi is anything else.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
So
in that case, paper wins because Sol was disqualified.
Well, even if we moved it over to the blue chips, BTC still had 5 votes. It still got the win. So
yeah.
Yes. Okay, so BTC and Solana this week.
Okay. Nice. Wait, no. No.
See, you're paying attention. Paper.
See? First alive button. Now this.
That's what I was actually messing with. That was just fun. It's like, you know what? I saw it. Nope, he's not. Okay. I had to try, though.
Mess with me. All right, I see how it is.
I am going to have fun. So, if anybody has any questions so far, definitely throw them in the comments down below. And as we talked about before, you can become a member to Down Home Crypto. There are some perks to that. Just so you guys know, I'll list them out real quick. If you're just a friend membership for YouTube here, great. That puts you up there as a supporter and very much appreciated. You happen to go with the family side, though. It's where you get some inside information. I've been sharing different things I've run across. These are very much alpha stuff, high risk. But if that's your gameplay, maybe a family member might be the way to go. But if you really want to go all in, the VIP access gives you backstage pass to every single unstructured live event we have. So I'm going to put in the backstage pass tomorrow night's Freaky Friday. If that's something you're interested in, you want to jump up on stage and have some fun with us.
Awesome.
So, sorry, real quick in closing. So now with that news that just released about the whole Ripple thing. So now that's strike 3 against the SEC and Ripple. Because you had the first lawsuit, which the judge granted to the, said XRP is not a security. Then you had the, they tried to appeal it. And the judge said, no, you're not appealing. Now you've got the case dismissed against the heads of Ripple. What do you think that's going to do in the Ripple world? Is that going to be one of the big main cryptos of the world in the future? Do you think this is like a foreshadowing?
Well, I mean, that's hard to say. It depends on so many variables, right? Not to mention, a lot of the attention seems to kind of shifted away from XRP. You notice that? Like anytime
Yeah.
we get these, the SEC, missed the filing date, and so now the judge says that they're not allowed to appeal it, anymore. We're dropping this, we're dropping that. Each time that really positive news comes out, not much happens on their price.
Right.
Pop a little bit, comes back down. So it seems like the attention is kind of left there right now. Hard to say, but I think it does have potential for being a good cross-border payment processing network. It's not quite as fast as Stellar XLM, but
Right.
it was first, right? So
Right. That makes sense. And that's one thing I wanted to ask, so I can get your opinion on it, because you seem to have a pretty good pulse on things. And so I definitely respect your opinion on that, but always not financial advice. It could go to the moon tomorrow. We really don't know.
yeah, it's like that volcano in Italy. Just the other day, I had two pretty big earthquakes coming from the mountain there, and scientists are like, "Oh, it's pretty imminent that this thing is going to blow, and if it blows, so will Mount Vesuvius, because they share a volcano caldera basin, whatever."
Okay.
But here's the thing: in science terms, when it comes to volcanoes, imminent could be tomorrow, could be 1,000 years from now. But it's whatever sells the headlines.
Exactly. There you go. And, Funny Toro had a good question. So it says, Cyril, if you had to add a DeFi investment to the list, what would you choose?
And I'm not going to answer that. So, it's a great question. But when you are in front of people in this kind of setting, you need to be mindful of what you say and what you do, especially because this guy here keeps, talking about me being master trader or whatever. People, if I say, hey, I think that this is something that we should add to the list, they might go and start buying that just because, right? Without doing any due diligence. And that's why one of the things I told Serenity when we first started this is like, I don't want to really talk about specific projects much, because that could be taken as an endorsement from us, right? So that's why you guys, the community, get to make these decisions. We wouldn't be able to do the show without at least somebody going and voting, because we're not going to decide what we're buying. The only exception is if I got to break a tie, or if I have to veto something because it's going outside the realm of what you should be doing for portfolio management. So we need your votes. Hey, you bonks.
No, that's a great answer. Absolutely. And that's one thing definitely want to reiterate on here, guys, is if you have some information, share it in that Discuss Your Vote channel. That's why it's there. And you can share it anywhere in the Discord. I have no problem with that. If you run across something, you want to let us know, great. But always, always do your own research, because in the end, in crypto, you are responsible for your own decisions. You can't say, well, because Bob said so. No, that doesn't fly. You can say, well, Serenity said do this. Dude, I'm done. I forgot to hit the go live button. Don't listen to me, okay? It doesn't work. So do your own research, because in the end, not only are the losses your accountability, but the wins are your victory. That's something to celebrate. So take pride in that.
Absolutely. The only exception to that is if you're talking with the IRS, right? If you lose, the IRS says that's your loss, right? But if you win, the IRS says, that's our win, really.
Yeah, it's kind of a screwed up system. Welcome to the government, isn't it great? Hey, you box, how you doing, brother? Good to have you here, my man.
So I just want to point out that you were like totally getting ready to also skip taking a look at how our portfolio did this week.
I was. I had that question. Sorry, Bernie. Man, I am all screwed up today. Okay, Cyril, how do we stand? My bad. I'm going to sit back here and be quiet now.
So let me share. There we go. All right. So you can see here, week 21 was last week. We started off the week with $496.54, because cents matter. We ended the week at $505.65. So we've done it. We cracked that $500 mark. We were so close at the end of 2 weeks ago at $499.99, right? but we've cracked that $500 mark. We're at 505.65, so that means that we gained $9.11 last week, or 1.8%. So we'll start off next week with $530 in our portfolio, and we'll see how things go.
Very nice. Congratulations, everybody. And guys, this victory is on you. You're the ones voting. You're the ones telling us what to do with this. This isn't me or Cyril saying, oh, you got to buy this. No, we're not telling you anything. And yes, Wild Angel, I agree. I am a hot mess today. That whole thing of not hitting the stream to start with just screwed up my whole night. So, yeah. I'm going to sit in the corner, play with something soft, and eat some chocolate cake. So it's okay. Thanks for the cake, Cyril. Appreciate that.
Yeah, you'll have to tell me how it tastes.
Looks pretty damn good. I'll tell you that right off the bat. Bunks, love the Goods video. Yes, you Bunks, the Goods video was great. You and Godric chatting there. That was awesome, man. And guys, if you don't know, definitely check out you Bunks, my mentor, brother in arms, and has been my coach and counselor through a lot of this journey. And thank you. I appreciate it, brother. Does some great stuff. Has an awesome,
pretty okay guy, too.
Yeah. And let's get him talking. And then, yeah, just wipe out for like 2 hours at least.
First time I talked to him on a video call. The first time. We started the call at like 10 p.m. We were supposed to start it, I think, at like 8. Started it after 10 p.m. And we were on the call until about 6:30 a.m. So yes, he will keep you talking.
Yes, I love it. I mean, we talk about anything and everything, and yeah, it's amazing the topics that come up. So if you haven't already, definitely go check out Ubonks' channel. Runs an awesome animal sanctuary. Great guy. Love him to death. Thank you, brother.
Absolutely.
So, Cyril, on our portfolio, I want to bring that up for a second here again. Wait. Okay, there it is. Back here. So now you're telling me, and I want to make sure we got this really, blah, 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 blah. You're telling me that for nothing more than giving up, a hamburger once a week, we have collected $500?
Yes.
That is freaking huge, guys. But wait, so it doesn't matter how much money you make. That's really the message here is, you don't have to be rich or college educated or tech savvy. You simply have to have the desire to change your life and encourage to follow that dream. You too can join us on this great crypto adventure. This is amazing.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the power of just a little bit at a time. You don't have to be able to put, $500 today into anything, right? A little bit at a time. Be smart with it. Go in with your plan and stick to the plan. And you keep doing that over time, you'll wind up in a great position. I forget the exact math, but if you start and you just max out your contribution every year to like an IRA, and you do that until from 18 to 26, and then you stop doing it, and you don't add another dime to it for the rest of your life, you retire with over $2 million, right? Just from getting it in and getting it in early so it can keep growing.
That's impressive. And Finisher Turo says, and your $500 made $9 this past week. You're already doing great. Exactly, Funny Turo. That's it. And, a lot of the people I talk to, most of them can't come up with $500 right now if they had to. I mean, statistically right now in America, what is it, like 40% can come up with $1,000 for an emergency if they had to? That's it. Less than half. So, I mean, guys, this is a huge accomplishment. So it doesn't matter how much you got or don't have. Putting a little bit away every single week does add up.
So what you're saying is the fastest way to make $4,000 is have 10 friends and go to all of them, and at least 4 of them will have $1,000 to give you right then.
Right, there you go. See? If they're willing to give it up. That's right. They better be good friends.
Well, there's actually a rule of solvency about that. And it's something that some of you might argue with me here about this, but it's something important, and I think you guys need to hear it. So one of the rules of solvency, which number was it? Let me think here for a second. Rule number 13. When someone needs assistance, help them with your time or with your knowledge, never with your money. Okay. And there's going to be people who argue about that. It's different if someone is in like, and you know they're in an emergency situation and like people's well-being is at risk, right? That's a little different. But, you know, the guy who keeps coming to you saying, hey, you know, man, can I borrow $20? I'm short till payday. And he always pays you back, right? Doesn't matter. Stop, okay? You're setting a precedent, right? You are setting a precedent that your friends now know this is the person I can go to if I need a quick fix on cash, and then I can just pay that back on payday. So you're kind of promoting poor money management, right? You know, if they're constantly needing to borrow $20 and then pay it back or whatnot. So you're setting that precedent. And when you do that, people will think of you as like, okay, this is my piggy bank, right? You know, not for the other things that you are. You're just piggy bank. And you help them with your time because, one, that's a lot more valuable than money to begin with. You know, Serenity, if I gave you $1 million right now, how happy would you be?
Pretty happy.
Right. Now, if I gave you $1 million and I said, if you take this, you're going to die tomorrow morning.
Hell no.
Okay. So we've established that time is more valuable, right?
Exactly,
so
yeah.
Help them with something that matters, you know, or give them something that matters, your time and knowledge. Because that's the same principle. You're giving your man a fish. You're not teaching him to fish. I've had people ask me, can I copy trade you? And one of the things I've never allowed people to do is copy trade. I won't allow it. It doesn't matter how many times they ask. It doesn't matter who they are. I will refuse. And I say, I will be happy to sit down with you, teach you how to trade, teach you how to see the charts, read the charts, etc. But I will never let you copy trade me. And I'm never going to give you signals either. I've had people ask, can I pay you to give signals? I won't do it, right? You need to learn. It's not that hard to learn how to do it. Take some practice to get good at it, you know, control your emotions, etc. Allow yourself to feel them, let them go, and then make good decisions. But you need to learn.
And that's good advice. And I think it's, you know, I'm definitely on the fence on that one. For the most part, I like 95% agree. I think if somebody comes up and says, dude, I'm really hurting right now, I need $20, and it does it once ever. Okay. On occasion, I'm okay to do that. But if they come back a second time, it's like, oh, hell no, we're done. Game over. Yeah, not happening.
Yeah.
So, I think that's great advice there. And so let's see. Funny Toro says money lent equals money you shouldn't expect it back. That's good advice, man. Funny is, yeah, if you loan it out, it's not like there's any guarantee. There's no collateral. You can't go collect it from them. So, yeah,
right.
Best to just avoid it.
Yeah, and like I'll give gifts sometimes. You know, like if there's someone who really like needs to get out of a bad situation or something like that, and you know, we've done that. You know,
Yeah.
But that's a gift, right? That's not I'm loaning them money, right? It's different.
Agreed. And yeah, I think mostly it's probably my kids and my family here today. It's like, okay, somebody needs gas money for that car to go to work till they get paid tomorrow. Okay, come on, kids, here, it's $20. Or it's like, hey, I've got to go buy building materials. Everybody cough up some money. I did that to them today. It's like, it's your bathroom, guys. I need money. Everybody's forking up some cash. You're the guys punch the time clocks, and I'm building your bathroom. I'll do the work. You buy the product.
That works.
Yeah, it's a great trade. And so Mom says, I think it's time to invest more. You know, Mom, we've talked about this like every week. It's like, okay, how much you can invest this week? And it's like, I can't really afford to. It's like, okay, just $30. Whatever you got, let's do something. Now here she is saying, I think it's time to invest more. I would have to agree, Mom. So see, even Mom can learn. Proud of you. Okay, so what haven't we covered so far, guys? Is there any questions in the audience out there you'd like to know that we haven't answered today? How about you, Cyril?
If so, be sure to drop them in the Down Home Crypto Discord so that we can answer them on next week's show because it is 8:02.
It is. And Cyril, thank you again, brother. And by the way, happy belated birthday. And
thank you.
Ben, this has been great. And I couldn't agree more on the time aspect. And that's why I always want to say thank you for your time. Because I know you're giving generously, your knowledge, your time, everything that is you. So thank you, brother.
Yeah, you know, and again, thanks for, you know, opening up your platform for this so that we can chit chat and help people learn that, you know, you too can win. just a little bit at a time.
There we go. And everybody in the audience, definitely thank you for joining us tonight. And all I ever ask is take a minute, hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe. Catch you here next week. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you.
Take care.